It's time to fly first class on the most premium major airline in America. Today we're flying Delta Airlines from one of their major hubs in Minneapolis over to Baltimore. Delta inherited their hub in Minneapolis from Northwest Airlines when the two merged in 2010. Northwest had been operating at Minneapolis since their founding in 1926, originally as a mail carrier. While far from Delta's largest hub, they dominate in Minneapolis with a market share of almost 60%, not even including regional subsidiaries. The next largest carrier here is Sun Country, for whom Minneapolis is their sole hub, with less than 6% of the market. The airport features 131 gates divided among 8 concourses, A through H. Terminal 1, which we'll be using today, contains concourses A through G, with only Concourse H making up Terminal 2. The two terminals are so disconnected they may as well be different airports, so definitely make sure you know which one you're using. Our first stop is the Delta Sky Club in Concourse G. This club opened in April 2023, making it one of the newest in the network, and it shows. At over 21,000 square feet, it features not one, but 2 completely separate bar areas, including this restaurant-style area. Of course, there's a buffet with appetizers, entrees, and desserts. This club also has one of my favorite features, an outdoor viewing deck. This Sky Club alone is reason enough to fly through Minneapolis. We'll get dinner on the plane, so I just get some snacks to hold me over. The only downside to this particular Sky Club is that it's probably a good 10-minute walk from your gate. Waiting at gate F6 to take us to Baltimore is one of Delta's 163 Boeing 737-900 ERs. First class passengers board with Group 1 under Delta's somewhat new boarding zone system. We are welcomed on board by a nice, clean 20-seat first class cabin, and I find my seat in 2D. Minneapolis to Baltimore is 936 miles, just enough distance to warrant a first class meal. For now, we get a pre-departure beverage as we push back to head home. Normally with seatback TVs, I'd put something mundane on, like a sitcom I've seen a million times. But with live TV, I can watch my Ravens dismantle the Bills on Sunday Night Football. In theory. The whole cabin was trying to watch the game. Fortunately, this did not last long. With just over 2 hours of flight time, the cabin crew got to serving dinner right away. Options were the classic short rib, a wedge salad, cheese manicotti, or a pepperoni pizza. Everything came with a side salad and these chocolate dessert ball things. Everything was solid. The short rib is a reliable meal for sure. While the presentation of the pizza was strange, the flavor was definitely there. I still have no idea how they managed to serve hot meals in European business class on flights under an hour. By the time dinner wrapped up, we were headed down into a foggy Baltimore. So why do I call Delta the most premium airline in the US? That is subjective, of course, but it's the general consensus right now because of their elevated level of service in all cabins. They were way ahead of the game with in-flight entertainment, especially featuring seatback TVs even on their narrow-body fleet for the better part of the last decade at least. They were the first of the big three US carriers to introduce free Wi-Fi for all customers. And in economy, the seats feature an extra inch of legroom compared to their competitors. However, United is really right up there with them. United's Next cabin, which I featured in my last video, brings the cabins up to par with Delta's as far as in-flight entertainment. United also recently announced free in-flight Wi-Fi thanks to Starlink. It will be a complete toss-up as to which airline is on top in 5 years. But this sort of competition is excellent for the consumer, as we have two US airlines competing to become world-class. Tonight, Delta provided a perfect and comfortable flight home. They can rest assured I'll see them on board again soon. This weekend, early fall first class airfare on Delta was just under $450 per person, which is definitely on the low end for full service first class in the US and made the upgrade a bit more sensible. You can usually count on Delta's airfare being just a bit higher than its competitors for similar routes. I hope you enjoyed this flight and this Ravens win as much as I did. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. There's always more great content coming soon. Until next time.